Today you are drinking David E. Red Label. David E. Red Label is a Pennsylvania straight bourbon from Hidden Still Spirits. Starting in 2014, Hidden Still Spirits has strived to make great spirits that are grain to glass. This bottle is named after their president, David E. Stein. This bottle comes in at 84 proof and retails for $30. As always, your prices may vary. Enjoy.
All right, thanks, Joyce. So we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. I actually don't know what's being poured today, and as well as these guys. Joyce came in and poured our whiskeys, so I'm as blind as these guys are, except for I know what is possible, but other than that, I have no idea what's actually been poured. All right, well, let's dive in and see what we all think. Oh.
Man,
It's a nice,
that does
Bronze
smell
color.
bourbon-y.
almost copper.
It almost smells like copper, though. Like copper with some cleaner on it. Which is a weird thing to say.
You know,
but-
weirdly, I can see what you mean.
Like, it smells a little bit like a
Smell
cleaning,
what you mean?
like a cleaning solution.
Yeah.
Like a metal cleaning solution. With a little bit of the metal itself.
I'm getting a lot of caramel, brown sugar, cinnamon, and maple syrup.
Yeah, definitely agree with you on the maple.
Maybe like a little bit of a cherry. Definitely some wood notes, though. All right, I'm going to go in for a sip, though.
Yes.
Ooh.
It was a little bit
that's
acidic.
smooth.
Really? I thought it was a bit acidic.
I think it's a little acidic on the finish,
Yeah.
but on the palate, it was very smooth.
It tasted the way it smelled.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, I wasn't surprised by anything there.
But it goes sour on the finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It tasted really sweet, but then it almost went like a reverse of a Sour Patch Kid. Like it went
Yeah, it was kind
sweet to sour instead of sour to sweet.
Agreed. I have no idea what this is. Which is the point, but, like, I legitimately have no
Like
idea what
a
it is.
sour apple.
Like, I think it's a bourbon.
Yeah.
Or, I think it's American, I'll say that. I think this is New Oak.
This is very complex.
I don't know if I like it as much as I was hoping I would when I smelled it.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that, Eric. It smelled so much more inviting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't super impressed with the nose. Personally, I think I liked it. It wasn't bad.
It was inviting, though.
Yeah.
Like, it was. I don't think the nose was complex or, like, had notes of particular interest to me, but it was inviting.
I just got a dark chocolate finish on that. And a high percent cacao finish. With like but slightly powdery. Like the like it sat around too long, and so the chocolate fat gathered together at the end.
I think I'm getting a little bit of tobacco on the palate.
I thought that chocolate might be a one-time thing. It's not. I'm getting that chocolate, like it's a lingering chocolate finish now.
You're getting chocolate. I'm getting tobacco on the finish.
I'm not getting a whole lot on the finish. I can kind of see the chocolate. I can kind of see the tobacco. I'd actually kind of say it has like a leathery finish for me.
I can see that, like a new leather.
Water?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
At least some sort of funky note.
Perfume. Not as inviting.
No, not as inviting. I'm getting kind of a rosy, floral.
Yeah. Perfume, honeysuckle, rose.
There's a caramel layer underneath. Like those like lighter notes are coming up top, but like if you kind of ignore them, you can get a small caramel layer.
Like a liquid caramel. not
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're going to
like a caramello bar.
Oh, I was thinking like if you go to a Sunday bar, you get like the pump caramel.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Not sour.
No, not as sour.
Did you take a sip yet?
Yes, it did.
Not as tasteful.
Very spicy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a burn on the back of my throat. But I'm not getting any flavors. The water just wiped it all out for me.
Time to.
I get kind of a coffee.
I can see that.
I mean, coffee
like
and
a-
chocolate is not far off.
Yeah.
Like
Taste-wise.
a green coffee bean though, not not heavily roasted.
No.
No, like a very
A light roast.
Yeah, very
roast.
light roast, if roasted at all. Not as sour, like you said. And I'm still getting a little bit of that tobacco on the finish, but it's not as prominent as it was before.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot there. And the finish is... Hold on.
Yeah.
Wasn't noteworthy.
I'm trying to figure out what to like my guesses and stuff since I don't usually do this. And now it's my first time I have to.
The finish is a little shorter with the water.
Yeah. Not much.
I think I like it overall better with the water. Or without the water. Without the water.
I was gonna say I strongly disagree. Without the water, this is far better.
This is definitely a neat.
Well, I'm ready for ratings.
I'm almost getting a numbness in my lips from this.
Yeah, the spiciness was almost like numbing.
Yeah.
Kind of like you.
Makes me think maybe clove.
I was gonna say clove or nutmeg. All right, we'll start with the nose.
Nose, I gave it a 3. I found it very inviting. I like the sweet notes that came with it. I like the brown sugar, the cinnamon that I was picking up. I really like those. Extremely inviting.
I gave it a 3.5 for mostly the same reasons. Every note I smelled on it was very inviting. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. Nose-wise, from the second we entered the room, I could smell this.
Mm-hmm.
It is a very strong smell, yeah.
It's very potent.
I'm going to give it a 3. It was fine. I liked it, but it wasn't just extraordinary to me. It did just remind me a little bit too much of some sort of like metal cleaner. Or I don't even know like how to describe it. Like when I actually think about metal cleaners, I'm like, no, it probably doesn't smell like that. But it just made me think of like, I don't know, like wet copper or something. I don't know. Going on to palate.
Palate, I'm shooting it down. 1.5. As exciting and inviting as the nose was, I didn't identify any of that on the palate. I found it dull, boring, very astringent, and very acidic at the same time, which is weird.
I'm giving it a 1. So I think it was really just disappointing on the palate. I did pick up some of that sweetness, but not enough. And that sweetness quickly turned to sour.
Yeah.
It's not what I'm particularly fond of.
Yeah, not at all what I was expecting from the nose.
Yeah, I actually don't agree with you guys. I gave it a 3. The first sip was sour, but I'm personally attributing that to being my first drink of the day. But after that first sip, and I took my preceding sips, to me, it did taste exactly like what I got on the nose. Not as, but maybe a little bit better. But I think I'm just putting it on par with the nose. So then going to finish.
Finish, I enjoyed that tobacco flavor that I was picking up. I enjoyed a little bit of that coffee and a little bit of that cocoa. I am moving it up to a 2. It was just a little bit more drawn out for what I wanted. And that astringency stuck with it the whole time. And it's like, I really want to chug a bottle of water right now after having this.
I actually moved it up to a 3 on the finish. I thought that the finish was almost on par with the nose. This is probably one of the better finishes I've had in a while.
Yeah, I actually bumped this up to a 4. I really enjoyed the finish. I liked how long it was, how much it lingered, but I also liked the note that lingered on it. So for me, I got a chocolate lingering.
Yes, that chocolate
and that lingered
leathery coffee.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, whatever it was. We got some. I don't want to say this. Don't seem similar, but when you drink a lot,
they're in the family.
There's like a you can understand like those various things being closely related, but I liked that note a lot, and it lasted a really long time. Lasted longer than the palate did, and I was okay with that. So yeah, I gave it a 4. I guess who wants to go first with guesses? Should I go first since it's my first time?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. I think this is a rye whiskey, or maybe a high. Maybe it's actually. Ooh, now I'm thinking of myself. I'm gonna stick with rye, but I could also see it being a high rye bourbon. I'm gonna say 90 proof. I would probably pay $20 for that bottle, but I think it's probably going to cost closer to 25. So I'm gonna say 25 retail.
A lot more challenging, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think this is a bourbon. I'm gonna say it's 80 proof. I'm gonna say it probably is a $20 bottle. I would probably only pay closer to 16 though.
I'm going to go with a rye on this one. That little bit of clove that I was getting on the finish kind of leans me towards a rye. That tends to be a common note with some ryes. 90 proof. I didn't really like this one, so I would pay $14, maybe even less. And I think it's probably on the shelf for about 18.
Okay, so we got a little bit of a range there. All right, let's go ahead and find out what it is. Okay, well, I was wrong about what this is. All right, so today we drank David E. Red Label Pennsylvania Bourbon from Hidden Still Spirits.
That was one that I gave you.
Yep.
And one of the notes that I picked up on it when I first got it, that I wasn't picking up today, and it was actually a common note on the internet, was roasted marshmallow and smoke. And I did not pick up any of that.
Yeah.
No, I do not pick up those.
All right, well, let's go over things here real quick. So, yeah, David E. Bourbon, Red Label, Pennsylvania Straight Bourbon. It is 84 proof.
I could have been right. I could have been right.
I mean, you still get that point because you're closer, but...
Yeah, but I could have been on.
All right, mash bill is 70% corn, 20% rye, 10% malted barley.
Okay.
It's aged in 53-gallon Kelvin Cooperage barrels by Hidden Spirits, as we said. $30 bottle. Now, that being said, mind you, this is a craft distillery. This is not some big distillery. The fact that trying to find craft distilleries who can actually offer a spirit in our price range is impressive. So good on them. So if you're trying to support a craft distillery, I do think this is good for craft. I've had bad craft before.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I've had bad craft that costs more than this.
It's good for craft at this price.
Agreed. Yeah. So if you're looking for some good craft stuff and you want to support the industry, I would recommend in that context. If it was a big name brand like Jim Beam or something, I probably wouldn't recommend it. Also, it's a Pennsylvania bourbon, which I don't think there's
not a ton of. I don't know if there's many in our price range at all.
No. So obviously, since it's craft, there's not really a whole lot of reviews out there for me to pull from, but I do have tasting notes from the distillery. They said, golden amber. Sure.
I would absolutely agree with golden amber as that color.
Yes.
Nose, toasted marshmallow and floral notes.
I did get some floral with the water added.
Palate, toasted honey, pepper spice, and smoke.
I can see the pepper spice, yeah.
And then finish, smooth, quick finish with a lingering sweetness. I mean, I would agree with that one. But I got chocolate.
See, I thought it was much longer than quick.
Yeah.
Well, they said quick finish with a lingering
sweetness. I don't think it lingered sweet. I think it went more sour.
Well, as far as the bottle goes, I picked this up because I was like, ooh, Pennsylvania bourbon in our price range.
Yeah.
Let's give this one a shot. And I really like this label.
I do think I think it's a nice label. I think it's a nice looking bottle.
I think it's a nice label. I like the
collar, the elbow, the shoulder of the bottle.
The shoulder of the bottle.
I'm really into that Art Deco style that this bottle represents. The bottle and the label itself.
And the label is just the keystone.
Yeah.
For Pennsylvania, so it's cool. Yeah, it makes me think of it does make me think like an older, almost like a 1920s vibe.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's got the cool sticker across the top that I like.
Cork.
It is actually cork, yeah. Oh, and for those who care, Hidden Still is in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. If you like what we're doing, leave us a comment, hit like, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon if you want to see more reviews. And until next time, may the winds of fortune sail you.
May you sail a gentle sea.
May it always be the other guy who says,
This drink's on me.
I mean, with the toasted marshmallow and the smoke, this probably would not be a bad campfire drink.